Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a yearly Ethereum price analysis. We're going to be seeing how Ethereum has been going over the past year relative to other cryptos and relative to other asset classes. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. The first thing to discuss is that Ethereum has done substantially well year over year. Ethereum is up roughly 430% from the beginning of 2021 until the end of 2021, and 430% is actually slightly over a 5x gain on your money if you held from the start of the year. So the majority of people who have bought into Ethereum have done exceptionally well, which is great to see. The stock market returned roughly 30%, and the majority of other cryptocurrencies didn't quite get a 5x. Most of them, from what I could tell, got roughly a 3x. Of course, there's a couple of cryptocurrencies such as Solana and Avalanche that got basically a 100x over the year. However, if we take a look at the market average, we can see Ethereum has performed very well. Now, another thing that I also do want to point out is that Ethereum started off the year with roughly a $70 to $100 billion market capitalization, and well, Ethereum isn't going to be able to do a 100x off a $100 billion market capitalization because it's already so big. Regardless, I do think Ethereum has had an exceptional year of performance, and it's probably one of its better years in its history, which is great to see. As we can see, Ethereum started off the year very well. Now, if we take a look back at January of 2021, Ethereum was yet to break its old all-time high. Its old all-time high occurred back in 2017 or early 2018, where Ethereum hit roughly $1,400, and a lot of people were waiting for it to break that all-time high. However, as we can see, the second Ethereum got through that all-time high, it went on a parabolic rally, and Ethereum basically kept running up in a straight line all the way up until the end of April and the beginning of May, where Ethereum was able to hit roughly $4,380. However, it did seem like Ethereum ran up a little bit too fast. The market was getting overheated, heaps of VCs were starting to pile in, and crypto did seem like it was at a top. Of course, this resulted in Ethereum dropping roughly 60% into a mini bear market. Now, at the time of this drop, I was very happy to buy, and the reason for this is because I did think that this bear market would only be temporary. I did think that Ethereum was way overextended, it would probably drop to its bull market support band, and it would continue up. Now, I can't take full credit for all of this, as the main channel I was following at the time was Benjamin Cohen, and Benjamin Cohen had a lot of very good opinions out of the market, which I replicated a lot of his opinions at the time. Of course, after only a couple of months of trading sideways at these lower ranges, we saw Ethereum start to come up, and Ethereum is still on its way up. It's slowly rolling up, coming back down, testing the bull market support band, and rolling back up. Right now, the markets seem very, very healthy and good, and I am happy with its current situation and its overall performance this year. Another important point to note, and this has been a common trend over the year, Ethereum performed very well this year to the upside. However, it also performed very well to the downside. Generally, when we see an asset perform very well to the upside, it also goes down just as fast. A good example of this is Dogecoin. Sure, Dogecoin is up roughly 100x or something crazy this year. However, Dogecoin is also down roughly 80% from its all-time highs, and this remains consistent between a lot of other coins such as Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Solana to a much smaller extent, and a few other things. However, we can see that Ethereum is only down roughly 20% off its all-time highs. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is down roughly 30 to 40%, and the majority of other cryptos are actually underperforming Ethereum to the downside, which is very, very good to see. And it is great to see that Ethereum is performing very well, however, it's very resilient. It just shows how this year has been so bullish for Ethereum. Ethereum has been generating $50 million in daily fee revenue. The network has tons and tons of usage. It has very good future prospects with a layer 2 ecosystem ecosystem and the merge coming up, a lot of people are locking up their Ethereum in DeFi and they're also staking their Ethereum, and overall this has led to an exceptional year for Ethereum, which I do love to see. In my opinion, Ethereum is probably the best risk to reward asset in the world right now. I think it's a pretty low risk asset as I have a lot of faith in the Ethereum network, and I think the Ethereum network is very well established and very well used. However, it continues to perform very, very well. Of course, there are other cryptos that outperform it. However, I would argue that these other cryptos are substantially more risky than Ethereum is right now. Now, another thing that I do want to say about the year is Ethereum has gone parabolic against Bitcoin. As we can see, if we look at roughly the beginning of the year, Ethereum is up 220% against Bitcoin. So even though Bitcoin has gone up this year, Ethereum continues to outperform. It just continues to climb against Bitcoin and continues to outperform Bitcoin. Of course, what this does show is it shows that Ethereum is depegging from Bitcoin a little bit. Right now, Ethereum and Bitcoin usually have pretty similar returns for the past few years. However, Ethereum has started to outperform, which is great to see. And I do believe that if we continue to see this momentum from Ethereum, we could see a flippening of Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now, I'm not totally convinced that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin in 2022, however I would say that over the next couple of years, Ethereum will likely flip Bitcoin in my opinion, and I do think that right now the market is mispricing both Ethereum and Bitcoin, because in my opinion, Ethereum is a substantially more valuable asset than Bitcoin, and I do think it should have flipped it already. However, we will need to wait and see this play out. Now, the next thing that I did want to discuss is a lot of people got a lot of predictions for this year wrong. There were actually a lot of people at the beginning of 2021 and at the end of 2020 that were very bearish on Ethereum's performance. A lot of people were actually saying that the applications on top of the Ethereum network will accrue all of the value and Ethereum won't actually get that much value to itself. Of course, there still are a lot of people who say this. There's numerous people who say the layer 2s will accrue all of the value, the cross-chain interoperability solutions will accrue all of the value, and all of these different things will accrue value. However, Ethereum as the layer 1 will not do this. However, these people have been consistently proven wrong. In fact, Ethereum has accrued significant value to the base layer, and the applications on top of Ethereum have simply bled on Ethereum. If we look at the DPI against Ethereum, this is the average of all of the DeFi applications on Ethereum. It is down roughly 60% or 70% from its all-time highs. So, what this shows is that the majority of applications on Ethereum simply aren't performing as well as it, and I do think that this will continue into the future. The reason for this is because I think there's tons of value in a global settlement layer. Ether is the token that is used to pay for consensus on a global settlement layer. In my opinion, this value proposition can never be abstracted away. Ether will always be a staking token and it will always be a fee revenue token for all of the transactions that are issued down to the global settlement layer. In my opinion, most of the things that are on top of Ethereum can be abstracted away. However, the consensus layer can never be abstracted away and it will always be an investor's token. I do think that most assets will underperform Ethereum over the long term. However, there are a few assets that I am quite bullish on that I think could outperform, like Chainlink. Regardless, I put most of my portfolio on Ethereum as I do believe it's the best risk to reward play, and I do think that a global settlement layer has a very good value proposition for the future. However, we will need to wait and see. Now, at the end of this video, I did want to do some predictions for next year. The thing that I do want to disclose is that a lot of people got predictions wrong last year, and the majority of professionals won't be able to tell you where Ethereum is going in its price. In fact, almost all hedge funds and professionals are wrong when they speculate on price, and nearly nobody gets price right. This is because the markets like to play with people's emotions. They like to do the opposite of what everybody thinks they're going to do, and because of this, you should probably take my speculations for the short term with a grain of salt. However, I do expect Ethereum will hit $10,000 before the proof of stake merge. The proof of stake merge will be coming out in the middle of next year, and I do think that Ethereum can make a 150% move by then. I believe that this is highly possible, however, we will need to wait and see. This is of course just speculation on my behalf. I also think that there's a very low chance that Ether is going to 5x next year. However, I would be very happy with a 2 to 3x for an asset that isn't so risky. I think that if you want to look for cryptos that will do over a 5x next year, you need to take on a lot more risk and you really need to start speculating on very small tokens. I think that Ethereum can definitely achieve a 2 to 3x over the next year, probably even over a 3x if the fundamentals play out very well and we see a continued bull market. However, we will need to see what occurs. A lot of different events do actually matter for this. The macro markets need to be going very well. If the stock market crashes, I do believe crypto will also crash, and it'll probably crash harder because crypto is primarily made up of risk on assets, and assets that are a bit more risky for investors to hold, so they may get sold first. Anyway, those are my predictions for Ethereum over the next year. We'll need to see if they come true. They may not. It is all just speculation. And if you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching the video.